Hi. When we talk about the power of words, it's also important to make sure we're using language that helps us succeed versus sabotaging our success. You know, we want to be seen as confident, credible communicators, in our place of business. And so we have to use language that signals that confidence. So let me give you some examples of language that sort of sabotages your success. Have you ever been sitting around a boardroom table and you're brainstorming ideas perhaps, and you hear someone say, well, you're probably not going to like this idea, or this is probably a dumb idea. I mean, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? I'll tell you what I think. I'm thinking, well, if it's such a dumb idea, save it, okay? Let's move on. We don't have enough time as it is. So you don't want to set yourself up to look like you don't know what you're talking about. Eliminate that phraseology. It's also when we meet somebody and we say, well, you probably don't remember me, but, well, let's give people the benefit of the doubt. How about just instead introducing ourselves and saying, hi, Colette Carlson. It gives them the chance to say, oh, I know who you are, but either way, you've given them an out, because then they can go, oh, phew, thank goodness she told us her name. But again, that other language doesn't make you sound confident of yourself and who you are. It's also when you're having a meeting and it's getting towards the close and you say, well, I just would like to add one little thing. Well, by putting that quantifier of one little thing on, it makes it sound like it's not important. So again, why are we spending time talking about this? I'll give you an example of how this can really play out in how people see and view you. I have a friend who works at a large corporation, and she had 2 customers come in trying to bid on their account. One of them showed up and preceded her PowerPoint presentation by saying things such as, I'm really sorry, I'm, a little bit overwhelmed right now. I have a new baby and I got to bed late last night, and so I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to prepare for this. And then she went on and gave an absolutely stellar presentation. My friend went on to say that the second individual, customer that delivered to their team, showed up, just said, hi, here I am, I'd love to share this with you today, and went on to deliver their presentation. She said it completely fell below the standards of the first individual who had apologized all over for hers. However, because of the fact that that person showed up with such confidence and had an air about them, not of cockiness, but that they knew what they were doing, she said it actually got to be a challenge over, deciding who to work with. Now, if that first person had just shown up, smiled, introduced herself, and delivered her presentation without all of that self-sabotaging phraseology up front, she would have set herself up to succeed. If she needed to give more information following because she wasn't prepared, she could have then just simply said, you know what, let me follow up on that and get back to you by close of day. Either way, she would have made herself sound much more confident and credible. So keep in mind that we want to avoid any language that sounds sabotaging and instead show up with confidence and just say what we mean and mean what we say. This is another Communication Truth from Colette Carlson.